Good morning, everybody. Hope that everybody's doing well. It's Friday. Let's celebrate. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope that you all are doing well. Give you a few minutes a few seconds, I should say. Hey, Miss Jonah, to log on, swipe, and share. I hope that everyone is doing well. I'm excited. What's up, John, Mr. Singleton? Swipe and share it, swipe and share it. I hope they're all well. Hey, Miss Deb. Hope you all are doing well this morning. It's Friday, y'all, and cannot wait for tomorrow. Hope that everybody's doing good. Good morning, Miss Dion. Hope you're doing all right in Franklinton. In the sticks. Hope you guys are doing well. Tab, what's up, Tab? Hope you're doing good. Hey, I got a question. Do you know your purpose? Do you know why you're here? I like the sticks too, actually. Do you know why you exist? God told Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And what God was telling Jeremiah was, look, I created you with purpose in mind. In other words, regardless of the situation you were born into, regardless of what's happened in your life, he was telling them you are not an accident. And I just want to tell somebody this morning that you have purpose, that you have a purpose that's bigger than you, that's larger than you, that God designed and intended you to be here for. You didn't just get here. You didn't just arrive. God placed in all of us a purpose that's bigger than us. You didn't just happen. You were created on purpose for a purpose. And I just want to challenge you this morning. Good morning, Miss Carol, Brother Pete. I want to challenge you this morning. Listen, live your life on purpose. Live your life on purpose. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is when we don't know our purpose, we tend to live our life on accident. In other words, we just go from thing to thing, and wherever life takes us, well, then we're just carried by whatever comes in life. And I want to encourage you this morning, you don't have to live that way. It doesn't have to be that way. Listen, you can be intentional about the way you live your life. Life doesn't have to just carry you where it wants to carry you. That's not God's design for you. He created you to live on purpose. The crazy part about not living on purpose is Bishop always told me that wherever purpose is not known, abuse is guaranteed. When you don't know the purpose of something, you're guaranteed to abuse it. We see it in stuff that we use outside of its purpose all the time. I often use the illustration of the butter knife. What's the purpose of a butter knife? It's to cut butter. It's to slice butter. That's why it's called a butter knife. But what do we use a butter knife for? Come on, get honest. We use a butter knife for a screwdriver. We use a butter knife for a spackling knife. We use a butter knife for all kinds of things. Some of us have used butter knives for weapons, but don't say that on live. I don't want to go a key. Yeah, we use it for a key. We use butter knives for all kinds of things. And the crazy part about it is if we use a butter knife for all of these things that are outside of what it was designed for, watch this. Tell me if this has happened to you. By the time you go to use it for a butter knife, you can't find it. Either you can't find it or it's bent up, it's out of shape, it's got paint on it, it's got dirt on it, it's been abused. And so it's not necessarily as good as it would have been for its original purpose, the thing that it was designed for. Listen, our lives work the same way. When we use our lives for outside of what it was designed for, well, then we abuse it. And a lot of times that's why life don't go like we want it to go, and it ends up in shambles because we're using it outside of its intended purpose. And I just want to tell you, man, you were created on purpose. You listen, you didn't just get here. God has a purpose for your life. So you should live on purpose. In other words, you should live intentionally. You should have something for which every day you wake up and you chase after it and you love to be a part of. Something that's bigger than yourself. Something that you look at and you go, you know what? I can't believe that I get to be a part of this. And don't confuse the functions of life with your purpose. Functions like parenting, like husband, like wife, like job, those are functions. Those are things that we do in order to fulfill our purpose. Those are not purposes. Purpose itself is not found in the mind of the created. It's found in the mind of the creator. And most of the time it's bigger than me. It's something for which when I look at it, I gotta say, man, if it were not for God, if it were not for him, well, then there's no way I would be able to do this. And here's the other thing about purpose. There is nothing more fulfilling than walking in your God-given purpose. There's nothing more fulfilling than walking in your God-given purpose. You fool around and find God's purpose for your life, well, then you won't find anything more fulfilling in life than being a part of and walking in that purpose. And I just wanted to encourage you today, if you have not chased it, if you have not found it, to seek after God's purpose for your life. See what he wants for your life, and you watch the fulfillment, the joy, the pleasure that you get out of living in your purpose. Ephesians 2:10 says that we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus. Why? For good works that God prepared, watch this, in advance for us to do. God knew why he created you. He knew why he designed you. And listen, he gave you exactly the characteristics. He gave you exactly the mind. He put you in the right situation. Well, Pastor, you don't know my situation. It don't matter. God put you in the right situation to fulfill his purpose. He made you the exact person he needed you to be in order to fulfill his purpose and his calling for your life. Well, you don't understand, Pastor. I'm like you. I'm a little thrown off. So you telling me that God knew that I was going to be cray-cray? Yeah, God knew you were going to be cray-cray. And yet he designed you exactly how he needed you to be in order to fulfill his purpose. He needed somebody crazy to do something. Like for me, he made me a little cray-cray. The reason why he made me a little cray-cray is because he knew I was going to be pastor in Faith Bible. And you got to be a little cray-cray to pastor Faith Bible. Love them, awesome church, but they know they cray-cray. That's why they pastor cray-cray. But he designed me specifically for his purpose for my life. And God designed you specifically for his purpose for your life. And he made you with the right characteristics. You were born from the right situation. I don't care what it is. Do not allow the enemy to tell you that you were born into a bad situation. And so God's intent for you was to be less than, or he didn't have as big of plans as he had for everybody else. Listen. God created you with purpose, and he designed you perfectly and put you in the perfect situation for that purpose. And the best thing that could come out of whatever situation that is, especially if you didn't like it, is if you found God's purpose for your life, because now it all begins to make sense. Have you ever heard somebody who was born into or experienced a lot of difficulties? But then out of that difficulties, what they did was they turned it around and they used it for something that was bigger than them. We hear of it all the time where people reach back, and because they understand what that difficulty is like, they help other people avoid it, or they help other people through it. Listen, God knew what he was doing. And you may not have liked it, you may not have understood it, but he designed you and placed you in a perfect situation in order to fulfill his purpose for your life. I'm going to be talking about this Sunday, finding purpose in your life. And I want to encourage you to join us at 1148 North Columbia Street at 745 and 1045 and 57209 Allen Road in Slidell. Join us this Sunday. We're going to be talking about how to find your God-given purpose, your God-given calling for your life. You don't want to miss it. You can also visit myfaithbible.org or download the My Faith Bible app in the App Store. But I want to encourage you, pursue purpose, live your life on purpose. Don't just allow life to take you where life wants you to go. Listen, pursue purpose. Chase after purpose. There's nothing more fulfilling than living your life on purpose. Every day, waking up, being intentional about being a part of something that's much greater than I am. I love you all. I'm praying for you. Hey, if you got any prayer requests, leave them in the comments. I'd love to pray for you and with you, that God's hand would be over you, that you would find healing or where you need healing, that you would find deliverance where you need deliverance, that you would experience breakthrough where you need it. Leave your prayer requests in the comments and know that I'll be praying for you guys. I want you to have a wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday if you don't have somewhere to worship, and then on next week back on Facebook Live. Live your life on purpose. Happy weekend. Love you guys.